The speaker is a 27-year-old Korean woman, let's call her Seo Yan, who met a scary event while sitting in a late-night bus visiting her parents.
This isn't a ghost story. Or maybe it is. I don't know. I just know that if this ever happens to you, if you ever make the same mistake I did, you have to remember one thing. Don't get off. It was last month, a normal night. I was visiting my parents in Incheon and caught a late bus back to Seoul. It was one of those intercity buses, not the subway. I take this route all the time, so I wasn't really paying attention, just scrolling through my phone, zoning out. But at some point, I noticed something was off. The bus was too quiet. You know how buses always have some background noise? The hum of the engine, the occasional cough, someone shifting in their seat. This one didn't. It was silent, like everyone was holding their breath. That's when I realized I couldn't hear the driver. Not the turn signal, not the sound of gears shifting, nothing. I finally looked up from my phone, and my stomach dropped. The bus was full, every seat taken, but nobody was moving. They were all sitting too still, back straight, hands resting on their laps. No one looking at their phones, no one sleeping, no one talking, just staring forward. I turned to look at the window, trying to see where we were, but there was nothing outside. No streetlights, no buildings, no other cars, just darkness, like the road had disappeared, like we were floating in the middle of nowhere. That's when I panicked. I stood up, turned to the person next to me. He was a middle-aged man, in a suit, completely motionless. I whispered, "Excuse me." He didn't blink, didn't turn his head, just kept staring forward. I was about to shake his shoulder when the bus slowed down. The doors opened. Outside was a bus stop, but it wasn't one I recognized. The sign was rusted, the bench cracked. No buildings, no people, just a single dim streetlight flickering above it. And then the worst part, the other passengers started moving. Not normally, not like real people. They all stood up at the exact same time, their heads still facing forward, and then one by one, they started getting off. I felt sick. I didn't know what was happening, but I knew. I couldn't get off this bus. But then the last passenger, the man in the suit, he turned to me. His face was wrong, too smooth, featureless, like his skin had been stretched over something that wasn't a skull. But somehow I knew he was looking at me. And then he spoke. "It's your stop." I don't remember screaming. I don't remember anything except forcing myself to sit back down, gripping the seat so hard, my nails dug into the fabric. I kept my eyes forward. The man stood there for a few more seconds. Then, without another word, he turned and stepped off the bus. The doors closed. The bus started moving again. I sat there, heart pounding, waiting for something else to happen, for the driver to say something, for another stop to come. But nothing did, just silence. And then suddenly, I was back in Seoul. Like nothing had happened. The bus was normal again. The passengers were different. I could hear the engine, the street noises, the driver calling out stops. I got off at the next station and walked the rest of the way home. The next morning, I tried looking up that route. There's no record of a bus making a stop where I was. No station matching that description. Nothing. But sometimes late at night, when I take the bus home from work, I see one. A bus that doesn't have a route number, that moves too slow, too quietly. And when I glance inside, the passengers are always sitting too still, staring straight ahead.